All right, people, we're back. It's Monday. It's Monday around noon. I'm a little late. I was out of town. Not really out of town. I was just not home this weekend, basically. I went out to eat Saturday and then came home this morning, basically. But fun night of fights on Saturday. We had sorry about that. We had of course, UFC Vegas 43, and then we had the Terrence Crawford and Shawn Porter fight. I'd rather start with Miesha Tate and Ketlen Viera. That card was fun. It was a fun card. Headlined, of course, by Miesha Tate and Ketlen Viera. But before I get into anything, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell for all my future upcoming content that gets dropped, man, so you'll be notified and you can check it out and give me that view. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get right into it. Ketlen Viera, Miesha Tate, basically what I said. It's exactly what I said, because Ketlen can crack. She can box her ass off. She's big, she's long, she's strong, and she kept it on the feet. Miesha couldn't get her down, and she struggled. Don't get me wrong, Miesha's stand-up, she was in there like, her stand-up was getting wet, is a lot better. God, let me move this, I'm sorry. Is a lot better than what it used to be. That's a fact. Her head movement was good. Her footwork was nice. She'd get in and she kind of threw the same combinations, but I don't care. It was her. She cracked Ketlen with the right hand more than once, a nice amount of times. They went to the 5th round. It could have, here's how I saw it. I mean, it could have been 2-2 going into the 5th. Maybe it could have also been 3-1 going into the 5th. It depends how you saw it. I kind of had it 2-2. I kind of had Miesha winning the 1st round, possibly, and then I think she won round 3 or 4. I'm sorry, I should have noted it, but I thought I kind of had it 2-2. She did enough to win 2 of those rounds. The 5th, if she would have managed a takedown, and she could have solidified the victory and won the fight. Ketlen played it very safe. She didn't take much risk. She just kind of backed up the whole time. And the 5th round, she basically was running away, to be honest. But she countered the whole time. She couldn't get taken down. She landed cracking shots. She beat Miesha Tate's face up. She had a nice jab, and a nice power right hand, overhand right. She basically did what I thought. It played out like basically what I thought it was going to play out, which is crazy because I heard MMA media people were like, Ketlen's going to take her down, her grappling. I know she has really good grappling, but she's a cracker and she boxes, dude. She cracks, bang. She throws shots super well, super powerful. Her boxing is really good. It's a little loose, but it's really good. And in my head, I was like, when I said before the pre-fight, I was like, Miesha's got to take her down to win this fight. And that's basically what we had, what the goal was, to get her down. She didn't shoot it all the 1st round or the 2nd round, or maybe she saw it the 2nd round, but she didn't shoot it all the 1st round. She stood up with her, fought her out, and she got her to the ground, and she took her, kind of took her down, tripped her up on the ground at the end, the last 10 seconds. That's why it was a close round. But then that transition and that little exchange, I kind of gave the round to Miesha. I saw people on Twitter saying they gave it to Ketlen, and then the round 2 to Ketlen, round 2 to Miesha, which is also possible. I thought I had 1-2 and then 3-4 Ketlen. Yeah, 1-2 Miesha, Ketlen 3-4, and then some people had it 2-0 going into the 3rd for Ketlen. I saw all types of different scores. I think I had it 1-2 Miesha, 3-4 Ketlen, 5 Ketlen. She edged it out. She did what she did. She won the fight. She played it safe, didn't take risks. Countered the whole time, backed up, threw shots, cracked her in the, beat Miesha's face up. Miesha's face probably looks swollen today. Her shit was swollen up. But yeah, she overall won. Not the most action-packed fight, but a very fun fight. It was still a good fight, intense. I like matchups like that. I gotta give it up to Miesha. Taking those years off, 4 or 5 years off, came back. She didn't look the greatest against Mary. I thought she did good. She beat her, took her to the ground and pounded her. She looked good. This fight, her stand-up looked really good. I'm really excited and curious to see. I thought, because I was thinking maybe she's not going to want to do this if she loses, but it sounds like she still wants to keep going. So I want to see what Miesha Tate does next, bro, because I feel like this loss is going to make her even better. I hope. Because her stand-up looked a lot better. She'd come in and she would slip shots like bing, bing, and it was her. She was nice in there. I thought she was really nice compared to what she did. Because I thought it was going to be a bad night for Miesha. Really, I thought it was going to be a long night for Miesha, which it wasn't. You know, and Miesha impressed me, to be honest. I don't mean any disrespect by that. I just didn't think. Honestly, I was not impressed with Ketlen because she didn't go for it. She didn't take any risks. She never really went for it. But when she did tiny bit go for it, she would crack Miesha. But also at the end, I really think Ketlen looked up to Miesha, so she didn't really want to take her out. So I think it was like fucking with her head, to be honest. Because at the end, she was like with Miesha Tate's mom, crying, and I'll see if I can find that clip. I don't have any clips from this night. So I apologize. You just have to listen to me talk with no visuals. Maybe I'll steal some from the UFC. Who knows? Or just screenshot. You know what I mean? Some images or something, whatnot. But yeah, good fight, fun fight. Michael Chiesa, Shawn Brady. Michael Chiesa is the better fighter. He should have won that fight. He gave it to him. He gave that fight to him. Michael Chiesa lost. At the third round, he could have stole that fight, but he kept teeing off, and he'd throw a knee and get taken down. Every time he get close, he'd throw this knee like he was throwing a knee in the combination, and he'd grab his leg, get taken down, get his back taken, and he would just defend the whole time. And it was kind of upsetting because Chiesa, I think, is a better fighter than Shawn Brady. I really think that. I think Chiesa is a better fighter than Shawn Brady. He just didn't show it that night. He beat himself, in my opinion. I wonder how he feels. I wonder what he thinks, because I feel like he beat himself in that fight. Shawn Brady didn't beat him. Technically, he did. He won. But I feel like Michael Chiesa should have won that. Joanne Calderwood got stopped in the first round. She got dropped really hard, and then I believe she was taken down and put in a rear naked. And, yeah, I felt bad for JoJo, man. I really like JoJo. Really, really like JoJo. She's always one of my favorite. She's just a sweetheart of a girl. She's been since I've watched Tough 20. You know, Tough 20 was one of my favorite seasons. Rose came out of it. Tisha Torres, Carla. You know, all these cool girls that hold and pave the way for the 15ers. And JoJo's a part of that class. Angela Hill, Beck Rawlings. You know what I mean? So I'm always a fan of JoJo. It's sad to see that because that was this was her last shot of kind of, I think, getting a title shot. You know. But I hope we'll see what happens, I don't know. Ronnie Yaya got the decision victory over Kang Kyung Kuo. Pat Sabatini smashed 3-round decision. Rafa Garcia won a decision. Lupita Goodness, Loopy won. Cody Durden won. And yeah, lots of decisions Saturday night, excuse me. But yeah, and I want to get to, of course, I want to get to Terrence Crawford and Shawn Porter. I was watching that. I basically left the restaurant and put the fight on my phone. I was watching it while I was driving to Tracy. And I was impressed with how Shawn Porter was fighting. Really impressed with how he was fighting. I thought he looked the best he's ever looked. He just wasn't winning, which was crazy. He just wasn't winning. But it was a close fight. I still gave him rounds from what I was watching on my phone. I couldn't fully focus because I'm driving. I have it on my dash like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm driving. I'm watching the fight. I'm up close, though. So I'm being aware but also watching. Dangerous. You probably shouldn't do it. But, when you got to watch fights, you got to watch fights. You know what I'm saying? But, so that's how I did that. And then 10th round came around and Terrence put him down twice. His dad threw in the towel. Boom. That was it. That's all she broke. Terrence Crawford's the man. That was his last fight on his contract that he's obligated to fight with Top Rank. He said he's moving forward with his career. I'm curious to see what he does because somehow, in some way, we got to make that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. But I like what Terrence Crawford was saying in the post-fight because he was like, I don't need that fool. He's basically saying, I don't need Errol. Errol needs me. And if you think about it, it's the truth. Look what he did to Kell Brook. Look what he did to Shawn Porter. Nobody's done that to either of them. Kell Brook, okay, maybe with Gennady, but Gennady was the bigger man. So it's kind of okay. So that one's out. But what he did to Kell Brook, and then Kell Brook was saying he's in the best shape, this and that, which he looked great. He always looks physically great. And Kell Brook is really fucking good. I don't care what no one says. Kell Brook is really good. And Terrence Crawford stopped that fool. Stopped Shawn Porter. No one's ever done that. Terrence Crawford's the man. He's on a different level right now. And like I said, in the pre-fight, I said, if Terrence stops this fool, we're looking at something special. I mean, I've known Terrence is special the way he fights, and like even Shawn Porter in the post fight said, man, he's different. I just can't. He's like, you know, it's a lot hard. He said it was a lot harder to fight Terrence in the 10 rounds that he fought him than it was to fight 12 rounds with Errol Spence. Two completely different fighters. We need to see that fight. That fight has to happen. I'm glad he's leaving. I'm glad Terrence is leaving Bob Arum, because we need to see, because he couldn't get done what he needed to get done. So it's time for Terrence to start making boss moves, you know, because that fool deservingly should get everything he has worked for, because that motherfucker puts in work and he's the best. I think he's the best right now, you know, under Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So I think he should, just from what he's done, you know. So I think he needs to, they need to figure out how to get that fight done. We'll see what happens coming up. Boxing takes a long time for anything, so who knows what can happen in the meantime, you know. Errol Spence might go fight somebody else. There's no other fights really, bro. I just don't know. There's lots of things popping in the lightweight division, but not welterweight, so it's like that's the only fight for 147s. So it's like, just get it done, guys. Give the fans what we've been waiting for. Give us at the top of the year or something, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, May, somewhere around the summertime, springtime, something like that, you know? Because that's what we want to see. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Huge fucking fight. The best in the best. Somebody's got to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it, man. Fun fights. Try to wrap this up real quick. What do we got this week? It's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving in case I don't see you guys. Oh, this week, that's right. Oh, no, so there's no fights this weekend. So we're chilling. Damn, there's no fights till December 4th. So we're chilling this weekend. There's nothing. Maybe I'll drop a news video or something on Thanksgiving, the day off. So, you know, happy Thanksgiving. We'll get a video in for that day since there's nothing really going on. Next fight is Rob Font, Jose Aldo. Love that fight. I saw that promo on Saturday, which I never knew they even booked this fight, which is crazy. Brad Riddell, Rafael Fiziev. Oh, whoa, that is a great fight. Jimmy Crute, Jamal Hill. Wow, great fight. Jake Matthews, Jeremiah Wells, Manel Kopp. Okay. All right, cool, man. Yeah, anyways, like I said, man, in the beginning of this video, like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. Just show love. I'm out of here. Peace.